Hey, what's up, and welcome back to Ripe Reviews. We're talking about Halloween Ends from 2022, directed by David Gordon Green. I'm Joel Escola.
And I'm Sean O'Rourke.
And here we are again.
For another Halloween review, I guess.
Fucking Halloween movie.
The final, let's hope. For the love of God, at least for a while.
It's the end of this trilogy,
yes.
for sure. It definitively ends this trilogy.
I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis probably isn't coming
quadrilogy.
back in 20 years unless she's going to be coming back like in a wheelchair, like a mechanical wheelchair, like GVD fighting this motherfucker.
I don't fucking care. I don't fucking want it. And if you want it, shut up. We did it. You got it. We're done. Okay? For all intents and purposes, people who wanted this got what they asked for, no?
I mean,
I think so.
Listen, I've seen a lot of people did like this film purely based on my Twitter feed.
Sure.
Well, I'm just going to get right out in front of this.
Sure.
I did not like it. and I'll explain why as we usually do.
Here's a curveball for you. I don't know if I don't like this film.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about it.
Okay. I haven't really shown my full hand, but
I don't know if I
start there.
I don't know if I like it or don't like it. I just don't know yet.
Okay,
we'll get through. I think I'm still going to be on the fence at the end anyway.
Okay.
But, yeah.
But kicking off this trilogy, I guess, was the
don't
soft
forget
reboot.
Yeah, but don't forget, it's not a soft reboot.
Like the third or fourth time now.
it's the third Halloween 2? Some
yes,
shit like that.
Yes, because
yeah.
we did that episode on
Yeah.
Hack the Movies. What is the best Halloween 2?
But don't forget that the original Halloween is part of this continuity. So
Yes.
it's not a reboot or a remake.
Well, that's
it is
true.
a direct
it's like a
sequel.
requel
It's a
or-
direct sequel to the first film.
Yeah. 40 years later.
40 years
Much
later.
like H2O is 20 years later. Same idea.
H40, baby. That's
Again,
2018.
H60. Let's hope not.
Oh, God. Michael, I'm here in a wheelchair.
That's what I'm saying. GVD.
No. Hell, Michael, come here, you little sexy bitch.
JLC.
It's possible.
They're going at it. Oh my, there's a visual.
Oh, no.
Side note, maybe this is a good spot to insert it. Dino did an amazing GVD fucking image, by the way.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it. There it is for you.
There you go. Granny
Fist-
Van Dam.
Fisting for old folks or something like that, and it's like GVD and it, taking notes
Yes,
from
yes.
Mama Fratelli.
Well, exactly that
Yeah.
third hand of Mama Fratelli, man. Body Melt, by the way, was the episode.
Side note, I got to see where they shot all of the Goonies stuff because I was in Astoria on my vacation, and I got to do an awesome bike tour with Kenny from Onset Cinema. It was fucking so cool. I dressed up like Chunk, and my wife dressed up like Sloth, and we rode bikes through Astoria and saw all the different shooting locations. So that was really cool.
Love it.
Yeah.
But 2018.
Yes. Halloween 2018.
Right. Or just Halloween,
Yes.
parentheses 2018.
You have to say Halloween 2018 because people are like, what, the 78 one? No, not the 78 one, the 2018.
Well, that's like when you say Halloween 2, do you mean the Halloween 2 or do you mean Halloween 2? As in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Rob fucking Zombies fucking Halloween fucking 2.
Right. Exactly, motherfucker.
There you go.
But I like that movie a lot. Minor nitpicks. The doctor stuff's a little weird when he puts the mask on. But generally speaking, I think that movie's fucking fantastic.
When 2018 came out, I was very excited for it because it was like, I remember being very excited because, again, this is another series that has so many goddamn foul ups and what the fucks and what are we doings, right?
Right. I mean, especially we just reviewed Resurrection and we talk about that a lot in that review if you missed it.
Resurrection was an of its time cash grab. H2O was
also of its time cash grab. With Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, but that one's directed by Steve Miner, and it was a true. They were trying to do a true send off, basically like what we're doing for this new series, this new trilogy or whatever. And they ended it definitively. But that wasn't the end. Just like after fucking Halloween ends, there's going to be another fucking Halloween remake. There just will be.
Well, because there's no other way to continue it otherwise.
No, there was no other way to continue it in the H2O, but they made it happen.
Yeah, which I don't really like that movie, but I understand why it is a cult classic,
Sure.
and it is definitely worth seeing, if nothing else, because Jamie Lee Curtis is kind of great in it, but the rest I could do without.
I mean, my wife really likes H2O. I think H2O is fine. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not like
it's middle of the pack.
It's inoffensive. I really like with the exception of Michael, just his fucking mask sucks, and there's like 20 different kinds. I know that. But for the most part, it's a pretty atmospheric, fun Halloween movie.
Yeah, and then 2018 kind of takes that concept and ratchets it up to 11 with Laurie's now like this like hermit who's trained for 40 fucking years to take out Michael if he ever were to return.
Right, and that's what I wanted to say. When they announced the new Halloween movie and they said who was on board, like David Gordon Green and Danny McBride and all them, I was a little leery about Danny McBride because was it going to be a joke fest or whatever?
Which there's definitely scenes in all three of these films.
The dog with the peanut butter on my penis thing. When he's setting the mouse traps, like that is like, all right.
The cops in the car talking about the
cops
food,
in the car
which
about
actually
the
like
food,
that,
which is fine. That one's fine. But like, I was excited because it was like, holy shit, we're gonna do this right. Michael's coming back, and we're gonna pit Laurie Strode and Michael against each other once again, and it looks to be like they're gonna pull out all the stops and make it really good.
Which I would argue, I think they did.
I would argue,
especially that last 20 minutes.
I saw Halloween 20. I saw them. I didn't see the last two in the theater.
Same,
but the first
2018,
one, but 2018 I saw in the theater, and it just felt good. John Carpenter came back, did the score, the intro was fucking. I was like, oh my goodness gracious, this looks great. And it, again, few minor nitpicks, but I thought it was great, and I thought it was like a self-contained thing. And I was like, we knew we were getting another one, but like. We didn't need it. Like that movie is contained in itself. I am fine to say that Michael either died in the fire or he didn't, but we don't need to fucking know that because case closed. Like that's it. It's just like the first Halloween, right?
I was about to say that because the way that the final shot of him, well, you do see him in the basement with the fire around him, but the final shot of the basement, he's not standing there, which is very similar to the first one when Loomis goes and looks out the balcony, he's no longer there.
Which is fucking great, and that's cool, and it makes you think, and that's all you need, and it has that little bit of mystique, and like you're fucking cheering because it's like.
They finally beat him.
We got what we wanted, but we also didn't, but we might have. You know what I mean? Like kind of thing.
And then Halloween Kills fucking pulled up the goddamn metal shield door, whatever, and Michael fucking stepped out and killed a bunch of firefighters. And like Frankenstein and the fucking Bride of Frankenstein gets pulled up.
The only nice thing I can say about Halloween Kills is that the kills were cool. It delivered on the kills. That's the only thing I'm going to say.
Some of them.
I don't understand. Like when I say nothing happens in a movie, people are like, "What are you talking about? Of course stuff happens." Like, yeah, things happened, but there was no forwarding plot to that film.
No, because they
stuck Laurie in a fucking bed.
Because you thought the third one was going to go somewhere right after this one, but we'll get to that shortly.
Yeah, we'll get to that shortly. And Michael's killing all the people, and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. He's making his way back to the hospital, question mark?
But it's also a lot of legacy characters just because.
I don't need
Lonnie.
Tommy Doyle. I don't need Lonnie. None of these people should give a shit about Michael Myers because most of them never actually came in contact with him.
Like Lindsay is there and she's fine for whatever she does. She somehow survives in an altercation with Michael.
I don't need it.
We have that horrible kill, by the way, in that scene with that woman with the fucking Magnum.
Oh, with the gun?
Oh my God, when Michael kicks a car door into her face and she shoots herself in the head. Like, are you kidding me?
Is that the nurse? The black chick dressed up like the nurse?
Yeah. She's actually a doctor. That's the goof. Her husband's the nurse. And they're dressed in opposite costumes.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Because I just watched it recently.
Oh.
For the first time.
But the original nurse from the first movie's in that one again who ends up getting frigged.
Oh my God, Marion! And she has this fucking revolver and she points it at Michael and she goes, "This is for Dr. Loomis!" And it's out of shots because she wasted them all trying to shoot him off the roof. And she's like, "Oh!" And fucking Michael stabs. That part was kind of great.
Again, the kills are kind of cool.
Yeah.
I hated the fucking what's his name from Mad TV?
Oh, I always forget his fucking name, but he was also in Austin Powers.
Yeah, he does House.
Stewart.
Yeah, Stewart. Yeah.
He actually, I think, is a good actor. He was in Leprechaun 3.
I was gonna say that's one of my favorite parts. No, Leprechaun 2.
2, yeah, with the cappuccino machine.
Oh, that's so good.
I wish I knew his name, but that's a weird element. Like,
I think it's.
It's kind of weird that like they have like the only gay couple in the film have like. The one of them has like the most brutal murder in the whole fucking picture.
I'm saying. Like,
with his eyes pushed out.
Yeah, but like, what are you trying to do
That was weird.
I don't know. It was extended and long, and that one, Michael went home because that's the Myers house? Question mark.
That's true.
But like,
which I thought they did a damn good job remodeling it. Honestly,
that's
I like those green walls.
Oh, it looks great. My thing is like, the focus shifts all over the place. Like in the first one, they established that Jamie Lee Curtis is not Michael's sister. That was some bullshit. That was a rumor.
Right, yeah. And he only makes it there because the doctor drives him there.
Right. And he comes back to Haddonfield to kill, but then the only reason he even meets up with Laurie again is because the doctor makes it happen.
Even Tommy Doyle in Kills makes a comment about that. Like, oh, why is he's chasing her specifically? And then like,
no, he's not.
20 minutes later, he makes a comment like that to Laurie, and she's like, what?
What are you talking about?
Like, no, he's not.
How are you even?
Because he's like, he's coming here. She's like, no, he's not.
How are you even misconstruing that?
He saw the other movies, I guess. I don't know.
And then
fucking Joe Buchanan popped out of the fucking wormhole, and Daniel Baldwin stuck his hand out with the script to the other 6 films and was like, here, Tommy, read these.
Yeah, Anthony Michael Hall was in a gnome named Norm somehow. Right? He should have called Norm to help him.
Honestly, I thought he was fine in the movie. I just thought his character was really stupid.
How
running around, evil dies tonight.
How the fuck do you mistake Oswald Cobblepot for Michael Myers?
Especially if they show like both of them on the TV in the bar, and
he's in a white gown. He's like 4 feet tall. He's fat and
he's
bald.
Not even attacking anyone. He's just like running around, like crying more or less.
Yeah, and he just
commits suicide because he's so terrified.
Yeah, and like that, like I get,
which is showing the town going bonkers over Michael or some bullshit.
I get what they were going for, but it's just so like, who could give a fuck? You know?
And then the ending of that movie, like the final like fight scene where they finally surround Michael.
Yeah.
And the one guy shoots him like 4 or 5 times. They're hitting him with fucking baseball bats and shit. Old Huckleberry that Tommy's carrying around. And then like Judy Greer like walks back to the Myers house and is like, after watching it, I thought that it all took place in front of the Myers house, but I went back and like double checked and they actually do like walk down a different street. But like she walks back to the Myers house and then we cut back to these extreme close-ups. I don't know why they shot it this way, of Michael with this black behind him and this fog of just butchering everybody. Because right before Judy Greer leaves the scene, she stabs him in the neck. And I'm like, well, he's going to use that to kill everyone.
Yep.
Even Brackett, who comes back and is like, time to die, Michael. Hey, everyone deserves a good scare on Halloween. And he gets sliced in the throat.
And then Michael's like, wait a second, we got to make another fucking movie.
Yeah,
Shrink.
That was a very weird montage.
It was just
It was like something out of like Cool Runnings or like a sports film. It was odd.
The way it was shot, you mean?
Yeah, it's just very weird.
But like, it's so like tacked on. It felt like okay, he's gonna just all of a sudden get up and kill everybody, and then he unceremoniously kills fucking Judy Greer.
But also Judy Greer just decides to go look out the window because that cop told that story about how his partner looked out the window and then Michael killed. Like, it's confusing.
It's nonsense. It's nonsense.
And then the movie ends with Jamie Lee having like Michael's knife that her granddaughter left with her in the hospital, which I don't know how that even happens.
I don't know, but
bloody as fuck walking out, and it's like, and then the movie just ends, and I'm like,
huh.
Okay, so like the third one's clearly going to be like immediately
like right after
this,
that, right? Like Jamie Lee getting out of the fucking thing,
hunting
him down, and fucking some shit up, right?
Right, and you have the last few characters alive, maybe getting butchered,
sure.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
no,
nope.
We wait in real life. I think 2 years, and then we get this fucking movie 4 fucking years later out of nowhere. Well, technically it's only 3 because there's a cold open that takes place a year later.
Hold on. So Chris Barr is notorious for finding like the spoilers for movies. So he sends it to me and I read it and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, you gotta be kidding me. This is not the plan, right? So I got all of this out months ago. Right? Because
how much of it was actually what was in the movie?
All of it.
Oh man, so, that's like Ghostbusters 2016.
Yeah,
I think we talked about that on the show previously, so I'll keep it brief. But like when that movie was like got leaked, me and Joey, we used to work together. Yeah. It was like leaked on Reddit. Like someone that worked on it like spoiled the whole movie.
The entire thing.
I'm sure they got in a lot of trouble, but the whole movie was spoiled. So it's kind of crazy that even happens. But anyway,
yeah. So I knew everything that was going to happen, and I was like, of all the fucking things, what? As soon as I read it's 4 years later, I went, what the fuck? What the fuck were you thinking? Like, why did you do that? 4 years removed from that intense scene at the end of the movie? And now Jamie Lee seemingly forgot what happened? Barely mourns her fucking daughter? Now that's questionable or subjective, but like it's just not there for me. When I watch it, I was like, did they even care? Did they remember what the fuck happened? The town doesn't seem to remember what happened exactly.
I gotta be honest, Joe. Before we get into this, I need something to get me through this fucking review.
So, you've probably seen a lot of Halloween Ends. Everybody and the mother's talking about Halloween Ends, baby. But nobody is doing Halloween Ends after eating a Paqui One Chip challenge from 2022.
My tongue's apparently going to turn blue.
Let's see how we fare reviewing this film with a mouthful of heat.
There was your setup to this movie. We're not going to even bother plot crunching this. We're going to get right into it with the chip. Let's get a pregame water sip there, Joe.
Oh, man, my like, throat is a little...
Audio listeners, you might want to watch this one if you're not already.
Yeah. You're gonna have to go check this out on YouTube if you're listening on your podcast app, your favorite podcast app.
Let's see what this bad boy looks like. Oh my God.
We figured we were going to spice it up a little bit because the movie...
See what you did there, spice it up?
Was a little lacking.
I've never actually seen one of these in person. This is like kind of cool.
This will be my second run-in with one of these boys.
I will say, if I haven't said this on the show, I do horrible with spicy. I love it, but I am not good at it.
Look at this thing.
Okay, let's read the back of the box. Here's your little reprieve before we get into this.
Go
ahead. Warning. Do not eat if you are sensitive to spicy foods. Ah, fuck me. Allergic to peppers, nightshades, or capsicums.
Capsaicins,
okay.
Deadly nightshade.
Or are pregnant. I don't have to worry about that. Or have any medical conditions. Keep out of the reach of children. After touching the chip, wash your hands with soap. Okay, so don't touch your face after you eat this.
do not touch anything.
Because I'll know very quickly if I do.
Yes.
Seek medical assistance should you experience difficult breathing, fainting, or extended nausea. Oh, do not touch your eyes or other sensitive areas. Yes. Don't touch the pee-pee.
Don't touch your pee-pee if you gotta go.
Only 25 calories, though.
Oh, well, that's good. So here's the thing. So this is what to expect real quick. So it's made with Carolina Reaper and Scorpion Pepper. Number 1, it's a tongue takeover. Number 2, it shocks the senses. Number 3, there's a surge of tears. Number 4, a jolt to the gut. And then 5 is voltage overload. I don't know if that means you shit your pants or what.
We're going to find out.
Yeah.
And just before we eat this thing and I want to kill myself.
So this is a challenge in itself, by the way.
Yeah, this is like, talk about a fucking double whammy.
This is the One Chip Challenge versus Halloween Ends.
Who will win?
Versus Movie Dumpster.
Okay, so then they actually have rules. Well, I guess we'll follow the rules. We're not rule breakers in this place.
No. We follow them to the T.
Eat the entire chip. Well, that goes without saying. Prove it. Show us your tongue.
Because, there's a reason that it's in a blue package is because it turns your tongue blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait as long as possible before drinking or eating anything.
We're not drinking a damn thing
until we absolutely have to.
Or
I start coughing.
Or hopefully until the review is over. Then we'll drink at the end.
We'll see.
We're going to try.
We'll try.
We're going to try.
All right, you want to open this bad boy?
And we're going to post our reaction. We are posting a reaction on social media. Okay.
I'm going to open mine.
All right. Open yours.
I kind of want to smell this.
Now it's
man.
Now it's a food review. Ooh.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time, Joe. Go back and check out when we drank expired Ecto-Cool if you want more of this.
Let's see if we can, without touching it, let's see if we can.
I already think I did.
Okay. Mine's broken. Is yours broken?
Not yet.
All right. We're doing this. Cheers. This is for you, Jamie.
JLC.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Here you go.
Are we just doing a nip?
Oh, I'm eating the whole thing. You got to eat the whole thing.
I'm not even religious.
You got to eat the whole thing. You ready? Here we go.
3, 2, 1. Holy fuck.
It's dusty.
This was a fucking mistake. So anyway, Jamie Lee Curtis now, after 4 years, that 40 years of training, learning how to use guns, throws it out the window.
Yeah. I don't know, like, Blue. Yeah. In the first one, like, it's 40 years before she's even, fuck. For 40 years, she's preparing to kill Michael Myers, you know? And then, she just throws that all out the window and ends.
Well, I think we already failed the first task.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
Okay, so that was milk, by the way, because we're not morons.
It's hot as fuck.
And she moves into a nice house.
She moves into a nice house. She's baking pies. She's carving pumpkins. She's like, I love Halloween.
She says, I'm not going to live my life in fear.
No.
And then Corey shows up.
No, there's a flashback. And Corey, like, kills a kid he's babysitting or some shit.
By accident. And then he's ostracized by the town.
He kicks him off a fucking banister and he fucking flats. I knew he was going to kill his fucking kid.
Forget the details, Joe.
I know. I knew he was going to kill his fucking kid. But it doesn't really make any sense because he comes back, or he's ostracized by the town.
That he's not actually a bad guy.
But he's not really a bad guy. Oh, that was sweet. That was good.
I'm out of milk.
We're gonna have to do the burn.
Woo!
So these people, I can't even think. So these people ostracize the guy from the town, and he's like this town weirdo or some shit. He's like 25, but he's also like handsome and muscular. But he wears glasses, question mark.
Under his big clothes.
Question mark.
Do you think if I drink water it'll be worse?
I don't know.
I'll try it.
So he's bullied one day. Jamie Lee Curtis is
he cuts his hand because he squeezes a Yoo-Hoo bottle for being mocked.
Yeah, because he gets beat up by like these very inclusive bullies where there's like this frumpy girl with this big fro. You got Yolandi Visser from fucking Die Antwoords there with like drumsticks. And then some black girl and then some like jock douchebag. And they're all like bullying this kid for some reason, question mark. Also, they're talking like they're from Chicago and not from Haddonfield for some reason. Is Haddonfield close to Chicago? I don't think
Illinois.
So.
It's in Illinois. Illinois, I mean.
Illinois, not Illinois.
It's the chip.
Yeah.
And then Jamie Lee becomes like his friend and introduces her to her granddaughter.
Yeah, for some reason.
Instantly has bedroom eyes for this guy.
She's eye fucking this dude, and my big thing about this is like everybody knows that this kid killed that kid.
The water made it worse, by the way.
Even if it was an accident, right?
Yes.
So, even though it's an accident, she still like wants to fuck this guy for some reason because there's this weird
does.
Yeah, there's this weird like, oh, I can fix you kind of thing, and he even says it, but it's so forced and shitty. I hate it. It doesn't make any sense. And we spend like 40 minutes of this fucking movie meeting this fucking kid and saying he's not a bad kid, but he is a bad kid. And for some reason, he gets fucking sucked into Michael Myers' lair and doesn't get killed. Like Michael
Myers is in the sewers like fucking Pennywise.
Yeah, but
just
like
hanging out.
Yeah,
but walking around. Like,
yeah, but it's also like a callback to like 5, you know, when he was like in a sewer, or like even in Resurrection where he has like that sewer passage. How the fuck
with this teddy bear down there?
How the fuck did he survive?
Oh my god!
How the fuck did he survive? And why is he in the sewer for 4 fucking years?
He's eating rats, obviously.
He eats rats.
And basically, he looks into Corey's eyes. He looks into his eyes, Joe, and then Corey gets his powers.
His cold dog eyes, and he gets his powers? Question mark? Because he fucking grabs this kid.
And and then Corey goes outside, and there's like this bum who has a knife, and he accidentally kills him, and then he's just like, "Fuck it, I'm just a killer now."
Yeah, I don't know why.
And he's just like, "Oh my god, I can't breathe."
Are you all right?
I need a drink like ASAP.
Go ahead. You okay?
Oh man, that's brutal.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, showing how to take a little break. Oh. I think the worst is over, maybe. For me. Also, I'm big on hot stuff, and that was really fucking hot.
Yeah. Where the hell were we? So then
he snaps the shit out of the old guy.
Then he has like a scarecrow mask at one point. But
then he like, I guess he gets Michael's powers. I thought like Michael was like now like looking through him like they had some psychic link. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's like Naruto with the fucking Sharingan.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any fucking sense because like
review burp.
Michael isn't he's pure evil, but they never explain like, oh yeah, I guess like it's inside Jamie or something, and Michael saw it in Jamie, that's why he didn't kill him or something. Because like this kid is Jamie, whatever.
Fucking 5 and 6.
Well, yeah. Sorry, Corey.
Well, the Thorn trilogy.
Corey is Fuck.
He becomes Michael Myers' apprentice, basically.
Yeah, well, yeah, but like it doesn't make any sense to me because like, because Corey, he's bullied as a kid and his mom's this fucking overbearing Barbra Streisand bitch who like fucking like makes fun of him and like wants to fuck him ? And then like he gets bullied by the kids and thrown over a fucking bridge and all this bullshit. Like yeah, kind of, yeah. So then basically
he starts killing people. Like he kills like the girl that gets the promotion at Allison's job.
He starts
and the doctor.
Yeah, he starts killing people that are hurting Allison. And he's like, it's justified, man. Like, we're going to leave this town behind. We're going to get on my fucking motorcycle and get out of town.
He kills, like, those bullies, but, like, his stepdad accidentally gets killed in the process.
That's pretty good. I mean, there are... Yeah.
They're good scenes.
Yeah, that's a good scene.
Then basically... it culminates at the house...
Yeah, it culminates at the house because, like, Jamie Lee Curtis confronts him and she's like, stay away from my fucking granddaughter. And he's like, no. And then he shows up, like, dresses. He kicks Michael Myers'
he beats
ass.
The shit out of Michael like he's some fucking rag doll.
He beats up Michael Myers and takes his fucking mask. What are you talking about?
It's dumb.
It's fucking stupid. He goes there.
He has Ben Trainer outfit on.
Yeah, so he goes there and then we get the final battle. Now, he gets fucking stabbed in the throat and shot 3 times and falls off a balcony and all this
Well, Jamie Lee pretends like she's gonna kill herself.
What a dumb fucking scene.
It shoots a pumpkin.
Yeah, and she's like, did you think I was really gonna kill myself? And we're like, no, because you have to fucking fight Michael Myers. Of course you didn't.
But yeah, then Corey like kills himself right as Allison shows up because he wants like Jamie to be blamed.
Yeah, but there's that weird thing because like Allison like resents Jamie Lee Curtis even though she shouldn't at all. Nobody should. Dumb. And the whole movie, people are like, you fucking brought him back to Ardenfield. And it's like, no.
The only person that has like a legitimate gripe is that poor woman that got stabbed in the neck and kills and is like now like in a wheelchair. Like, I'm like, all right, maybe like she's allowed to complain a little.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily Jamie Lee Curtis's fault.
I agree, but I'm saying she might be the one that I'm like, all right, let her talk. Yeah. Well, she can't, but you know what I mean.
She like, there's all this like survivor's guilt she's going through, but she's also writing a book because she's going to cash in on it
like
too.
Loomis and fucking zombies too.
It's like this weird dynamic. I don't think Laurie would ever do that, especially not 4 years later. Like, that's not enough time. And again, 40 years preparing for this fucking maniac to get let out of a jail so she could kill him.
Not to mention that the movie ends with her, like, writing the final, like, part of the book, like, fucking Bilbo.
I was going to say, like, Bilbo fucking Baggins, An Unexpected Journey.
And she keeps going on about cherry blossoms. Her and the police officer, I forget his fucking name from the last 2 movies.
I don't know. The guy from Mothman Prophecies.
And he like keep talking about cherry blossoms in Japan, and I'm like, is that just because Jamie Lee Curtis is like a big One Piece fan and she's a Tony Chopper fan who's like has cherry blossoms as like part of his thing, or is it just like it's Japan? What's a famous thing in Japan? Cherry blossoms
because they're beautiful and love question mark whatever.
But okay,
so Michael,
let's skip it ahead a little. Let's get the Michael.
Well, the only reason Michael kills a couple people in this.
But mostly with help from Corey, which is dumb. Like, kills, like, Allison's ex-cop boyfriend in the sewers.
And the radio guy gets his fucking jaw ripped off and his tongue cut off, but that was
a cool kill, but it was also like, why?
Yeah, why? I mean, I understand the bullies, and because there was that altercation where the guy was like, you're a fucking piece of shit, or whatever.
Well, no, yeah, but I'm saying specifically, like, as cool as that kill is, especially with the tongue on the record player, it was like, why did he do that? But whatever, it's a cool kill. Then, yeah, so Michael shows up, he gets his mask back.
That's the only reason he goes to Laurie's. So, like, there's no reason for him to go to Laurie's at all except to get his fucking stupid mask back.
And they fight.
And
it's kind of intense for like 5 minutes.
For like a second. Jamie Lee gets her fucking brains bashed in.
Then she gets a sewing needle, of course.
This man is lifting people up and choking people and stabbing people and doing all this shit.
And he bobs that woman earlier on.
And he can't fucking take out Jamie Lee Curtis. And I'm like, come on. She's got no fucking gun left. There's no,
Yeah, she's got rid of them all. She's got the sewing needle.
She shot all the bullets and she shoots the wall for some reason and like wastes.
so she wouldn't have him for Michael.
I guess. Is that part of the script?
So then she like pins him to this like cutting table, like this island. And then just keeps pinning him with different knives.
She's like gonna stick her fucking hand down the garbage disposal. Is that like a callback to H2O?
Well, he's trying to shove her hand.
Yeah, that's
down.
Isn't that what I said? I think that's what I said.
Yeah. It's an intense scene until he gets pinned, and then she just systematically slices like every artery on his body.
Oh man, you want to talk about an unsatisfying end?
Well,
no,
if it ended there, sure.
Well, here. He pins him. She pins him down and stabs him in the hand or whatever, and then like Melissa, what's her name? Melissa,
Allison.
Allison comes in, and like he rips his hand off the fucking thing. His hand split his other one, and they don't stab him. And I'm like, why aren't you stabbing him in the face or like in the chest or like cutting his fucking head off? Instead, they don't take his mask off.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet. They slit his throat. And they slit his wrists, and he's just laying there bleeding out.
And then she like the whole town basically. And it's a scene that I don't even know if I should be happy about this. It was shocking to me, honestly. I actually got goosebumps, and I don't know why, because it is kind of a powerful scene, but the movie doesn't earn it at all.
They have a whole funeral procession for Michael Myers,
and I'm like, the whole time I'm watching, like, this is fucking awesome, but like, you did not earn this at all. Like, this is like. It just rubbed me the wrong way because it was like, I get what you're trying to do here, and maybe this worked for other people, but for me, I'm just like, this movie did not lead up to this.
No,
it didn't, or this trilogy. Even.
It's so lethargic when she slits Michael's wrist and his neck. It's just very like,
or she's like, whatever about it,
and she's like, "Now you're dead, Mike. You know what? It's not over. We're gonna put him in the.
We need the whole town to know you're dead.
We're gonna put him on the car, and everybody come on down to the junkyard." But it's so like,
but that's the whole thing. Is the whole reason they do that is because she feels bad because Corey got blamed because the mom's like, "You lost your buggy, man, and the town needed a new one, so they went after my son." So for some reason, even though Corey ended up being a piece of shit, she feels bad that happened. So the whole town has to be aware that Michael's dead.
That's not a good enough. They don't explore that enough, which I'll talk about in my final thought.
Yeah.
But they put him in a fucking grinder at
like Stepfather 3.
Oh, he gets Michael gets Stepfather 3, and literally his body gets fucking chewed up.
His face gets mutilated.
His whole body gets chewed up in a grinder at the fucking junkyard.
Yeah, while the owner's fucking body is just somewhere else in that junkyard, just rotting.
Nobody gave that man a funeral yet. That's
he
for damn sure.
He was one of the nicest people in the movie.
I know, yeah.
He's like giving Corey a motorcycle and shit.
Fat Lou didn't deserve it.
No.
Or whatever the fuck his name is.
Ronald.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Ronald. The only character I felt bad for. That's basically the movie.
And then
they have that meeting at the end.
You know,
and they use the Halloween 3 font, because what is that? What does that imply?
I don't know, and I hated the titles in this movie because it was all like blue, and
it's supposed to be the fucking it's supposed to be Seasonal of the Witch kind of reference.
I know, but like it doesn't like fit.
No, it doesn't, because like if you want to go the Season of the Witch route, like I get that maybe Michael had to be in this from like studio mandate, but like if you wanted to go that route, you didn't.
Yeah. Look, I've seen a lot of people complain about...
Maybe that'll be the next one.
I've seen a lot of people complain about like how much Michael is in this, and it's really not a deciding factor for me if this movie's good or not. It's not.
And just on that point, though, somebody else had mentioned that to me, that was like a contention. And like, well, in the other movie, he's only in it 7 minutes. It's like, yeah, but you got to remember that a lot, like, is that 7 minutes where he's on screen? Because there's a lot of POV shots where you don't know who's looking at the people.
Well,
and that's like the Godzilla argument as far as I'm concerned.
No, but like, case in point is, the reason that this movie doesn't work is not because of that. It's not because we don't see a lot of Michael. It has everything to do with the fact that this should have been the first film.
Well, if that's the direction they're going to go
in my opinion.
Yeah. And just make Corey the killer.
What a fumble on this, because like you have the first one, which is a very nicely paste-packed and written and poignant entry. The second one,
and exit, honestly.
Entry and exit. And the second one is this fucking all over the place, padded out fucking bullshit gore fest that really doesn't mean anything. And then this one tries to do something different, which I've seen people be like, oh, yeah, it's doing something different, so that's why it's good. Not necessarily, because so in the beginning of this review, I said, I don't neither like it nor do I hate it. And the reason is I like a lot of the ideas in this. I really do. It's just it just doesn't make sense in this trilogy. It's not a third. This is like some Star Wars shit, man, where they like tried to, I don't know what, overcorrect it or change you or subvert expectations or whatever. But like, this story should have been told 2 movies ago. And this is, or like, this is the story you tell when they're going to remake it in fucking 5 years or whatever. And you want to keep it in the timeline.
Right. Yeah. Again, I know people liked it. I don't want to like to disregard that opinion, but like as far as I'm concerned, this movie is just not good. I mean, so I guess if we're talking about if this is ripe or not, I think this is a rotten as hell film personally. Definitely in the dumpster for me, like very, very deep into the dumpster. And I say this a lot on the show, like just because I say that, I don't think it's like the worst movie ever, but like in the Halloween franchise, I actually think this is the worst movie. I think it's like worse than Resurrection. I think it's worse than both Rob Zombies. I guess if I watch this and Rob Zombies 2 back to back, maybe there'd be some debate up there for that. But I don't. On one hand, I do appreciate that they did try something different, but again, like Joe just said, you did it in the 3rd fucking film, and it doesn't gel well at all, and you kind of end the last film in a way that's so abrupt that, like, every audience member that I've talked to that saw the movie was like, oh, well, it's obviously going to pick up right after that.
Well, so, yeah, I mean, like, we all expected that.
I don't understand the big time skip and the total change on Jamie Lee's character. I understand to a point where it's like, oh, I wasted my whole life worrying about this, but, like, he just fucking disappeared at the end of the last one. He died.
Yeah, it's not like he died. He got away.
You should have been more paranoid.
He's still out there. And he killed your fucking daughter. Yeah. That's the other thing I can't get over. It's like, how did she not go full fucking nutso and go hunt them down? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. That's why I'm saying I didn't hate this movie, but I didn't like it either because like it works.
So what would you even consider that on a ripe review? I guess would it be like the egg crate on the side of the road on a regular review? Not quite the shelf, not quite the dumpster, or like top level dumpster.
It's the avocado that's not ripe, but you still eat it anyway.
Oh man, that's like eating a peach that's not ready. It's just you finish it because you already started.
You finish it because you already started it,
it's like hard.
It tastes like a peach, but it's super hard and like not really enjoyable. You know what I mean?
And then you get like to the center, and instead of like a peach pit, it's like a cranberry in there, and that's like Corey. Like, how the fuck did that get in there?
I think the performances are mediocre at best.
Jamie Lee Curtis is like sleepwalking through most of this. I was just gonna say Jamie Lee Curtis is sleepwalking through. There's like 3 or 4 scenes she's really good in. The rest, I'm just like, why did you even do this?
They bring characters back just to see them. Like at the end, like
Lindsay's there randomly.
Like that Creighton Duke fucking guy is there, and it's like, who gives a shit?
And that old woman that got stabbed in the neck in 2, who's also in 1, I guess.
Retribution.
Yeah, I don't know.
Again, this is not the way that I think they wanted to go, and they had to stretch it out for 3 movies, and I get it, but like, you could have planted these seeds in the second film. You could have extended what you're doing in this film into the middle film and made a more coherent bridge between both films, because this is like a fucking 180 after Kills, and I just don't buy it. You could put fucking 10 years between this and the last movie, and it still wouldn't make a difference to me. Like, she would still have vitriol. This is not some shit you just get over, especially when the fucking maniac that you've been preparing to kill for 40 years kills your fucking daughter and most of the people in this fucking town.
And like, that were your friends.
Friends.
We forget.
Yeah, friends and colleagues. So it's like, it doesn't make any sense. And she's like, I'm fine, and I'm living in Haddonfield. Like, bitch, you're fucking moving away?
Yeah.
You're moving away. We're getting out of Haddonfield. We're not supposed to be here anymore, right? And you're certainly not hooking up your fucking daughter with the guy who fucking killed a kid, even whether it was on an accident or not. No. You don't want to be anywhere near that shit, okay? So fuck you. That's bad writing. Also, again, we could have done this better and sooner. And at the end, like, as a whole, as a trilogy, it's fucking terrible, in my opinion.
I agree. I think it's
as a singular movie.
I was going to say, I don't know if it's better or worse than the Thorn trilogy.
So let's pretend for a second here.
Okay.
Let's pretend that 2018 and Kills didn't happen, and this is a direct sequel to the first Halloween movie. Let's just pretend.
I really hate it then.
Let's just pretend. Okay?
I guess if you don't have the baggage of she was like a gun nut and like training for 40 years and she just was like in her house.
She was over it already. She's over it already. Or she's dealing with it. And she's finally, now she's 60-ish and she's going to write about what happened that night. The babysitter murders, right?
I guess it's kind of hard to really say because it's hard to parse not knowing what happened.
Hold on. Let me finish. Okay. Keep going. Let's just say, like, hypothetically.
Sure.
So the first one happens 40 years later. She's writing her memoirs now. Michael Myers is a distant memory, something she might have frequent nightmares about, but not really. Mm-hmm. Like it's just the shape is a shadow now, right? In her mind.
Yeah.
She thinks he's dead and rotted somewhere in a psychiatric facility. He gets out in this one. But he is an old man.
Right.
He's not the shape we knew. He wasn't the shape from 1978. He's an old man. But he still has the killer instinct in him. So he's killing people, but he's definitely weaker.
Sure.
Then we can kind of segue that in with Jamie's not Jamie. I keep saying Jamie. Corey's fucking mental instability, and then you can kind of weave a story like that where it almost kind of makes a little bit of sense if you wanted to try something different and not just a fucking Michael Myers on a rampage movie,
which I know didn't work for some people, even though I like it a lot. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like maybe it would have been a little easier of a pill to swallow because you wouldn't have that 2018 and Kills.
It's also the expectation from Kills that I think really puts a damper on this last movie for a lot of people, because like you're waiting for, all those people died and Michael's still on the loose and Judy Greer's dead and
Doyle.
Jamie Lee's been in a fucking bed the entire movie and you're waiting for her to do something and then she finally gets up and then we fast forward 4 years.
Yeah,
that's
like
such a fucking cock tease. Like again, it doesn't work as a trilogy, but if it was a singular movie in the way I just explained, maybe it would have worked or have been something different where that I could have appreciated it for something that was different for what it was. But as part of this trilogy, it just doesn't fucking jive with anything that's been previously set up in the past two films.
I agree.
And if you liked it, that's cool. I'm not really sure why. I mean, again, I said this in the Hellraiser review. Just because most of the original films suck, that doesn't make this good because it's halfway decent, right? Or it doesn't make it like a good movie because of that fact.
Mm.
It's a piss poor conclusion to the 2018 and Kills.
Well, and it's also supposed to be like Michael Myers, like last stand against Laurie, and it's like barely even in the movie.
I know, like every tacked on,
yeah,
which is just like what?
On one hand, I'm like, well, every fucking Halloween movie that she's in, it's the last 20 is when she's really in peril, but also like the way it's handled, just doesn't work
again
for me.
You've established in the first movie that Michael is not directly after Laurie. And then we're fucking grasping at straws trying to bring them together again.
Right. Well.
And that's what, honestly, I think Michael's the worst part about this movie because there's no reason for him to do anything that he does. And there's
the fact that he just doesn't kill Corey.
And there's no justification for it. Why the fuck wouldn't he kill Corey? Don't give me a fucking throwaway scene where he grabs him and looks into his eyes because we never really get that. And then that one guy's like, oh yeah, I looked at the dad of the kid that he killed by accident.
The blackest eyes.
He had the darkest, blackest eye. It wasn't him. I know that boy. He was so good, and that wasn't him.
It made no sense.
I didn't.
And then there's also like when you freeze frame it, when he has like that Naruto fucking eyeball thing happen. Because I caught it and I was like, wait, what a second. And I'm rewinding it and I'm like, when that door opens from the fucking attic that he's locked in. I think that's what I'm seeing.
It's his attic. Yeah.
It's like the door just opens.
Oh, we talked about this.
And but like, which it doesn't line up because they do show it in the opening. The kid does get hit by the fucking door.
I think it's his guilt that he's seeing.
I think that's what it is, but it just made it extra confusing. I'm like, okay, so did he not actually hit him with the door? And did he really actually throw him over the edge? Like, or am I just overthinking like bad editing?
Yeah.
I'm probably overthinking bad editing, but
I'm getting like the chills. Now.
Yeah, me too.
And my gut is like on fire, and I'm getting the chills.
I did want to do one last thing before we wrap this up, if we can make it.
Yeah.
I want to just for the dumpster dwellers list like real quick, our order
ranking?
of best to worst.
The ranking of best to worst. Okay.
More or less. I don't know if this will be exact, but it's damn close off the top of my head.
Go ahead. Go first.
So 1 is obviously the original. Then I think 2018. Then 3 for me. 2. Oh God, this is when it starts to get hard. I guess 4. Rob Zombie. 5. 6. Rob Zombies 2. Kills ends. I think that's. I don't think I left any out. Resurrections above ends. It's slightly better. If I didn't say that. Oh yeah, and H2O. H2O is in the middle there.
Yeah.
I think H2O is kind of right in between the 4 Rob Zombies 1 and 6 for me, or in 5 for me. I don't love it, but it's fine.
Halloween, the original, John Carpenter classic. Then I'm going to say Halloween 3. Then Halloween 2, the original Halloween 2. Then Curse of Michael Myers, the producer's cut.
Sure. Still have to watch that one.
Then I would say H2O, 5, 4.
Yeah. You like 5 better than 4 if you had to pick.
Yeah, 5, 4.
I'm the opposite. It gets hard because there's so fucking many of them. You start to forget which one.
Oh wait,
you
I
said
fucked
already.
up. Let me put 2018 before H2O.
Okay.
I'm gonna put that in there before H2O. So after 4 would be Rob Zombies 1.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's better than some of the main lines.
Then Rob Zombies 2. No. Resurrection.
Yeah.
Then Rob Zombies. Then Rob Zombies 2. Then Kills. Then Ends.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
If we've forgotten any, there's 13 of them. We ate a fucking very hot chip. We tried.
I ate some Pepto-Bismol. So yes, we ate the chip, and there it is.
Wow.
I survived Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends, and the Paqui One Chip Challenge 2022.
You know what I just realized is really bad? I have to drive like an hour after this.
Oh shit, dude. Oh shit.
I ate this fucking blue chip.
This blue chip.
Jesus.
Blue chips. I'm like tingling all over.
Yeah. I really just have like one more thing to say about this. Oh shit, there's a phone down here.
Oh god, I don't want to watch it again.
Joe, is that Halloween Ends?
Tell them
they're telling me that they're airing Halloween Ends on here.
Turn it off.
Turn this off. Halloween Ends. You need to stop making these goddamn movies. They're not good. All right, they turned it off. Check the other station.
It's still on.
It's on the other one. It's on the other one. Can you get rid of it on the other one?
Hold on. Okay, it's off. Wait. I gotta check the last one. It's still on.
Mysterious person on the phone. Make it stop. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it now. Stop it. Stop it.